Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to take a look at how a player can push off the ground better with their lead foot, get the lead hip up and open through impact with a focus on the lead knee, and how the lead knee moves through the start of backswing. Hopefully you get a few pieces here that may help you get that lead hip up, open and more clear in your golf swing. Thanks once again for joining me. This one's a really simple one, but I think for many players it'll actually be really impactful from a ball striking standpoint. I get asked really regularly, how can the player push off the lead foot, get the lead hip up and open moving into impact? And from a pelvis standpoint on 3D, one thing that I see regularly is that really good ball strikers will often get the pelvis back to the same height at impact that it was at address. There are some cases where it'll actually be even higher. Often when I see the pelvis lower, the player is delaying extending into the shot to help manage the club face, because as we push up off the ground, the face will square. So there's a lot to consider here, but essentially with the exercise I'm going to give you here, it actually just puts the lead leg, in many cases with players, in a better position for them to push off the ground. And again, using an analogy I've used before, is that when we go to push off the ground, we want ankle, knee and hip in a good relationship to each other, so that we can actually have that nice energy transfer coming up from the ground, from utilizing the ground, just moving really efficiently and in a way that we don't get hurt. So the exercise I'm going to share with you today is we're just going to put a band on the lower part of our leg. But before I do so, this would be for a player that through backswing, the lead knee gets out in front of their lead toe. And often in that case, the pelvis is moving closer to the golf ball. And without that control around the lead hip, it's going to be hard to get the stretch that we want through backswing. It can actually have a really big influence on the structure here of the trail side at the top. Because if I take that stretch out, now we're going to run on with the trail side to try and feel what where the top of the backswing should be. So all we're going to do is put this on. Where this might not matter a player is some players actually need what may seem excessive footwork or movement through the knee to actually complete their backswing. So that would be one scenario that this might not fit. But with the band on, I'm going to take my setup position. Now what's happening is the band is pulling me into the mistake, okay, of the knee collapsing inwards. So when I do this, what's very evident to me is the connection my lead heel keeps to the ground and how my lead knee moves less. And I can very much get to what feels the top of backswing doing that movement. Just feels like a really nice stretch, feels really compact, feels like I'm winding up really nicely. If I was to let that pull it in, you can see how I lose that control around the lead hip. And now I'm not even in a good position to start the downswing, and keeping in mind that we want to start the downswing with that movement of the pelvis around the lead hip. So we want to be in a good position around the lead hip in backswing. So I'm going to take this off now, try and get a good sense of that feel of where that lead knee needs to be in relation to my foot. That's what I took from that there. Really kind of close my eyes and get a sense of it. I'm creating the same feel around that lead hip. And let's hit a shot here now and see how we feel. Little thin, but that one's gonna finish about 15 feet from the pin. Okay, so more importantly though, when you work on your movement, did I achieve the sensation, the feel I wanted around the hip? Did I get that sensation through the ground, the knee? Everything I was focusing on through here felt like I did a good job. And from there, I feel like it's a really easy move, or definitely easier to get me moving into that hip in the start of the downswing and pushing off the ground.